When you're playing through Warcraft Rumble, you'll start to see things pop up in the shop here that'll say mythic value or great value, like you see here with the Black Rock Vault and the Blessing of Stormwind. And then you'll also get these little packs right here that are called special offers. So what do these mean? How do they compare to the normal economy in the game and all of that? I'm going to kind of break down some of these offers here to kind of show you what this means in relation to the normal base economy of Warcraft Rumble. Which, even if you're free to play, sometimes it's fun just to kind of know this stuff. And I have a channel where I cover Raid Shadow Legends, and I've been grading the packs on Raid Shadow Legends for 5 years, and I haven't spent any money on that game for about 3 years. So this is just something I like to do regardless if I'm spending or not. I come from a banking background. That was my full-time job before getting into content. So I just kind of like monitoring the economic stuff and then plugging in different conversion rates and trying to figure out how these offers compare to each other while also compared to the base economy of the game, and just kind of see where Blizzard's head is at and where they're trying to go. And I'm going to work on developing an actual offer calculator where it'll be very simple and intuitive for those of you to use. We'll throw it up on the website and stuff like that so that you can plug in these offers and see exactly how they grade. Typically, when I am talking about offers in a mobile game, I don't like to frame it in a way like, is it worth it or not? Because obviously everybody out there is in a different financial situation. So what I do is just compare it to the base economy of the game, and then everybody can make their own decision based on their financial decision and if they want to spend or not, on if they consider it worth it or not. And usually when I start trying to figure out the base economy of a game, the way that I like to do it is look at the $100 pack for whatever the premium currency is. And in Warcraft Rumble, the $100 pack is going to be 12,000 coins. So it allows me to crunch down to $1 and then see what that converts to for the premium most universal currency. And if I pull up the calculator for a second, I can show you what I mean by doing this really quickly. So we've got a special offer here that's going to be a Hunter's Pack where we get the 3 stars of Pyromancer and then also 600 coins for $5. And since we know that the stars of the Pyromancer in the grid where we're going to acquire them cost 90 apiece, 90 times 3 is 270 gold right there. So we plug that in, 270 gold plus the 600 is going to give us 870 worth of like base value gold coins. So if we convert that to the base value, remember it was 120 per dollar. So we would take 120 times $5 and we get 600. So the difference that we are actually gaining in terms of a special pack is going to be about 270 coins, because this pack is going to convert to 870 coins if we boil it down to one resource. And if we just flat out spent on the highest value of the base level of coins, we would get a conversion of 600. So 270, what is that worth? We can take that 270 and we can divide it by the conversion of gold, and it comes out to $2.25 in bonus value acquired here. But I like to actually do it a different way. What I like to do typically is take that 870 of the full price and then divide it by what we would get if we just spent it on gold, which again was the 600, and then we get a 1.45. So that would mean this offer grades out as a 145% offer. Because usually that's an easy way, that's intuitive for the most people to understand, because a lot of these mobile games, when you're playing through them, they'll offer you like a beginner's pack and it'll say 800% value, and that's usually a marketing ploy to make people think they're getting 8x the value of like the base. Now sometimes they're lying, sometimes they're honest, and that's the kind of stuff I like to monitor and see how all this stuff shakes out. And honestly, what I'll probably end up doing is start sending these out as a community post where I just put the percentage and how it grades out. So people that subscribe to my channel, they'll just see every offer and how the percentage shakes out, so they can start comparing them in game and figure out which ones are good and which ones are bad in the context of Blizzard. Because remember, we can't talk about the financial situation of if it's worth it or not to a certain player. All we can do to be a baseline of consistency is just show the percentages and try to figure out what is good or bad in the context of the average in Warcraft Rumble. So now we know this Hunter's Pack is 145%. So maybe we wanted to compare it to the other one where we've got this Level It Up bundle and we get a Mega Tome plus 750 coins. Now Mega Tome may confuse some people, but there is an easy way to convert this. So Mega Tome is going to give us mini XP. And when we back out and we look at our account, we can currently see what we get for a Mega Tome, and it's going to be 1860 XP. And I did a little bit of napkin math off camera. And by the way, I'll lay this out all eventually in a dedicated video and a web article for you. But my napkin math was telling me that 1 gold is equal to about 18 mini XP. So what I would do is take that 1860 that we see over there, plug that in, 1860, and I would go divided by 18, which now means that I can convert that to being worth about 103 gold. Then I can simply add it to the 750 that we're getting right there. So 750 equals 853 gold if I just boil it down to one resource. And then remember, we're spending $7. So we would take the 7 times the 120 and we get 840. So we take our 853 and we divide it by 840 and we get a 1.02. So what that would just kind of loosely tell me is if I were trying to decide between these two special offers, I would probably go with the one on the left just for overall. If I'm going to be playing for 2 or 3 years and I just want to acquire the most raw value and I consider all minis worth kind of the same at a baseline over the long haul when they're going to be doing balance changes and all that, I would probably prioritize the offer on the left with the Pyromancer, especially because the Pyromancer is a pretty solid mini right now. But the one on the right is going to be worse value. It's basically baseline. It's a 1.02, so it's really not that great of an offer. The one on the left is technically going to be better by the percentages. But okay, let's slide up a little bit. Those seem to be about 100 to 140, 150, whatever down there. What is a mythic value in terms of what Blizzard considers it? And again, these are pretty simple to calculate, but you do have a leader in there. That is going to be Old Murkai. You can see their Old Murkai times 10 stars. Leaders actually cost 120. So those 10 stars for Old Murkai would actually be 1,200 instead of 900. But then the Necromancer below that would be a normal mini. So you would have the 10 times 90 would be 900. And you can do the same thing for cores because they are sold here for gold in the shop. You can kind of see the upgrade cores there, and you can do the same thing with the energy and the coins and the XP, and you can kind of price it all out. Now, I did this off camera. I priced all of this out, and what I was getting was about a total value of 53.75 gold. And this one costs $15. So if we convert that to gold, we get the 15 times the 120 equals 1,800. So now we take that 53.75 and we divide by 1,800 and we get a 2.99. So it looks like Blizzard is considering a mythic pack to be a 3x value because it's about exactly 300%. So Blizzard is probably doing some of this stuff internally where they have some sort of a baseline and then they're going to be considering a mythic value at about 3x of the baseline. And then while we're here, we might as well talk about the Blessing of the Stormwind really quick and compare that one as well, because this one says great value instead of mythic value. So this one's going to be $10. Obviously, that is 1,200 worth of gold. If we do the 10 times the 120, I priced this one off camera and converted it, and it was about $19.95 in conversion to gold. We take that divided by that 1,200, and we get a 1.66. So it looks like Blizzard is going to be considering a great offer to be in that 1.5 to 2 range, and then a mythic offer is going to be in that 300% 3x range. And what I'll do is I'll lay these out in an infographic and I will send them out on the community tab so you can keep track of that over there and monitor the scores of all of these and start to learn how they all compare to each other. And then I'll get to work on developing the resource that'll be intuitive for all of you to use on a website platform kind of thing. So yeah, I appreciate all of you. Remember to subscribe on your way out if you enjoy daily Warcraft Rumble content. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching. Peace.